Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky15 and we're finally back to our normal surroundings. It'll be like this for the foreseeable future and I can't wait to get stuck into the action again for tomorrow's horse racing selections. Now we're going back to something that we used to do back in the early days of my YouTube channel, which was each way Lucky15 predictions. I'm not always going to recommend these, but I do fancy quite a lot of horses tomorrow to run really well, and it would just be agonising if they just missed out and finished in second or in third place. So that's what I'm going to recommend in this video tomorrow. And each way Lucky15, like we used to do if you follow me for ages, something you would have known about that I used to do, and hopefully it can work for us tomorrow. So without further ado, we go for our first selection in the 150 at Sedgefield with a horse called Savannah. Now this horse is a 9-2 shot with bookmakers currently at the moment, trained by Gordon Elliott, who doesn't send too many horses over to British racing, but he's sending this one, and he's deploying the use of Sean Quinlan tomorrow. He's been riding really well this season. He's having one of his best seasons ever. He rides out for the likes of Jenny Candlish, also as well picks up rides sometimes with the likes of Sue Smith, so he's a really good underrated jockey in the northern hemisphere of British racing. But this horse finished a good fourth on its hurdle debut last time out, and the form of that race has worked out quite well. You had the second in that race, Glinger's side, run a good race at Ayr today to finish in third place, and I think there could be a lot more to come with this horse getting more experience over hurdles under its belt. And I just thought at the prices tomorrow, this one could be a good one to get us off, and I reckon at 92 that's not a bad price there. We then go to Warwick for the next selection, which comes up quite quickly in a 205. And I thought maybe Plenty had a chance tomorrow at 10-1, trained by Giles Marley, and James Byrne is booked for tomorrow's ride. Now this horse has finished third over its last two runs last time out, and the last one at Hereford was probably its best, or better run I should say. Now this mare is 10 years old and isn't going to be probably developing too much. She is getting towards the end of her career, but she's still quite a lightly raced mare and has some good form in the book. Now that third was behind some horses that are rated nearly £20 higher than her, so that was a good effort that day at Warwick, and she does well at Warwick. She finished third on a penultimate start here at Warwick, and also as well a couple of years ago, which wasn't actually too many races for this horse, she actually won a 3-mile novice chase here, so she does like the track, carrying a nice low racing weight tomorrow. I think she has a reasonably good chance of making the frame, and I thought 10-1 there, that wasn't a bad selection. We then go to the 310 at Warwick, staying there for our next selection with a horse called Darlyn. Now this horse is 4-1 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Henry Oliver, who's a bit of an underrated trainer in my opinion. James Davis as well often rides out for this stable, is booked for tomorrow's ride. Now this horse is going to be seeking a hat-trick after recent wins at Saville and also as well Market Raising I believe it was. Now this horse Darlyn actually does have some decent form, especially that run at Saville last time out, where it beat a horse called Kimberley Point of Alan King, who's rated £23 higher than this horse. And even though it was receiving weight that day, this horse definitely has progressive profile. And I just thought again tomorrow, off a mark of 102, this was still quite a lenient mark, and the handicapper might not quite have this improving there yet. So I thought at 4-1 tomorrow, Darlyn could go really well, so that's going to be my selection there. We then go for our final tip in the 345 at Warwick, and this is a really good hunter's chase. You've got quite a few old favourites, especially some of the older chasing types. You've got the likes of Shantou Flyer, which is the current favourite, who is actually one of my favourite horses. He's done me some good things down the years, especially at some of the big festivals and at Cheltenham as well. He finished second in the Ultima last year, but he's obviously going over hunter chasing now. I think he wasn't completely gone at the game, but I just think coming back from the seasonal layoff tomorrow, he's quite vulnerable being an odds-on favourite, and I think he'll be really weak tomorrow. I think he'll go off something maybe 6-4, or he could even drift out further, but I think he will drift tomorrow and won't be odds-on. Now this horse, Cousin Pete, actually ran in a point-to-point at oh, I don't know where it was actually, the point-to-point to be fair, but he ran in a point-to-point last time out, and that was actually a good effort. Even though he was an odds-on favourite that day, he got turned over in the final strides. It was a close finish by a former Kim Bailey horse that, again, if you follow me back when I started this YouTube channel nearly 2 years ago now, son of Presenting of Kim Bailey, he did us some favours, and now he's gone on to the point-to-point scene, and he beat Cousin Pete last time out, just over the Christmas period in that point to point. But nonetheless, that still wasn't a bad effort. Now, also as well, this horse finished third in the Fox Hunters at Cheltenham last year, and that's really good form. And I think it's going to come back from that run in the point to point last time on, I should say, and really go forward. And I just think tomorrow at 8-1, he's a good price. Nick Phillips as well for Elizabeth Brown. Claims £7 there, and I just think, you know what, he's got a really good chance, and he's going to be race fit for this or the race, and this could be a prep run to maybe go to the Cheltenham Festival again to maybe target another big run in the Fox Hunters. So for me, I thought 8-1, that wasn't a bad selection there. So they're my tips for tomorrow's horse racing action with the punters page, or I should say Lucky Loaders 15. If you haven't done so already, you can also check out my work on the punters page, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel here at Lucky Loaders 15. You can also follow me on Twitter. My handle is at LuckyLoaders15, and that's all I've got to say. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.